Okay, so welcome to our part two in our final coaching in criminal law and jurisprudence. Once again, this is Dr. Edward Maglugot, your lecturer, no, for this final coaching. So let us start. Number one, which the following are original documents. The exception is except. So, well, those enumerated are considered original. Okay, and what we are looking here is the exception. So A, the contents of which are the subject of the inquiry. B, when the document is in two or more copies executed at about the same time with identical contents, a carbon copy. C, recital of its contents in some other public document. D, when entry is repeated in the course of business. So, what is not considered here as original is letter C, recital of its content in some other public document. Why? Because this recital of its content in some other public document, this is considered as secondary evidence. So, again, ano yung tatlong klaseng ng secondary evidence? Ang mnemonics natin dito ay RTC. Hindi Regional Trial Court, RTC, no? Hindi Regional Trial Court. Ito yung R is recital of its contents in some other authentic document. B is copy of the original, such as the photocopy. Copy is photocopy. Or it is a Xerox copy, or machine copy, or certified true copy. And of course, the testimony of the witnesses. No, in my lecture in criminal evidence, I have discussed there that what are the example of this recital of its contents, like the certification, no, that's the recital of its contents, and testimony of witnesses, and of course, the photocopy. Okay, so yan. Kaya in this item, no, recital of its content, some other public document is considered as secondary evidence. Two, in all criminal cases, blank is the offended party. Okay, remember, the question is criminal cases. Sino ang offended party? Okay, is it A, people of the Philippines, B, public officer, C, private individual, D, offended party? Well, this is people of the Philippines. Diba, remember I told in criminal procedure, we discussed there that criminal cases is people of the Philippines versus accused, yung akusado. Hindi yan A versus B, but people of the Philippines versus accused. No? Kaya ang offended party dyan is yung people of the Philippines. Because the moment you transgress or you violated the law, that's violation of the law created by the people of the Philippines. So that's number two. Number three, when is testimonial evidence offered in court? The question is when. Ang tanong nito yung testimonial evidence, yung testimony ng witnesses, kailan ba siya in-offer sa court? Okay, kailan siya in-offer sa court? Is it A, after the presentation of parties' testimonial evidence? B, at the time the witness is called to testify? C, after the presentation of parties' object evidence, or none of the foregoing? So, ang answer dito, ang tanong kailan i-offer yung testimonial evidence? Of course, at that time when the witness called to testify. Okay? Kasi itong after the presentation of parties' testimony, ito yung ginagamit sa documentary evidence. You offer the documentary evidence after the presentation of the parties' testimonial evidence. No? So, pero pag testimonial evidence, ano yan? At the time the witness called to testify. For example, ako yung prosecutor, sabi ko, Your Honor, I would like to call on my first witness, Police Inspector Juan de la Cruz. She is the team leader of the SOCO team who conducted the crimes investigation. He will testify on matters that was collected in the crime scene. So that is you offer the testimony evidence when he is called to testify. Okay, that's number three. No, number four, Kerry deprived Paul of his liberty. Deprivation of liberty. Kerry is a private individual. Paul is a public officer. The investigation revealed that deprivation of liberty is without legal ground, and that the purpose is to bring Paul to proper authority. So take note the the deprivation of liberty is without legal grounds, walang basihan. Hindi siya caught in the act, hindi flagrante delict, delicto, hindi rin hot pursuit. But remember, the purpose of which is to bring the purpose okay, to bring Paul to the public, to the proper authorities. What is the crime committed here? Of course, it is unlawful arrest. Okay, without the arrest is without legal ground, and the purpose of which to bring Paul to the proper. Now remember this. It was Kerry who deprived Paul of his liberty. Remember, and Kerry here is private individual. Private individual. Hindi siya public officer. Kasi kung public officer, yung yung public officer charged with the enforcement of the law, okay? And siya yung nag-deprive sa iyo ng liberty. That's arbitrary detention. That's arbitrary detention. Okay? So, nandito, no? Anong elements ng unlawful arrest? Unlawful arrest. The offender arrest or detains another person. So, inarresto niya, detain niya isang tao. The purpose, ang purpose of the offender is to deliver him to the proper judicial authorities. Yan. Yan yung purpose niya. So, it is considered as unlawful arrest. No? But if it is committed by public officer charged with the enforcement of the law, like PDEA, Army, Military, NBI, PNP of course, then the case will be arbitrary detention. Now, kung yung kung ang diniprive mo ng liberty is a woman, you transported the woman from one place to another by virtue of restraining her liberty and act with coupled with lewd design, take note pag by lewd design, it is forcible abduction. Okay, forcible abduction. Meron din naman tayo natawag na consented abduction sa mga minor naman yun. Okay, minor yun. Now, 5. If you are a police officer, what is your advice if the offense is less than 1 year and the two parties are in the same barangay? So the offense is less than 1 year. Okay, punishable by less than 1 year. And they are in the same barangay. They are living in the same barangay. So, ang tanong, ikaw yung police officer, what will you do? What will be your advice? Yun yung tanong, no? So, nasagot natin dyan. Well, A, file a complaint with the prosecutor for preliminary investigation. Conduct ng PI. B, file a complaint with the MTC directly kasi hindi naman mabigat yung kaso. A, file a complaint with barangay for amicable settlement. So, ipofile sa barangay for amicable settlement or file a case for summary procedure. Well, again, pag nandyan less than 1 year, saan mo dapat i-refer yung kaso? Ano naman, reference naman ito. Saan mo i-refer yung kaso? Of course, sa barangay, for amicable settlement. Yan yung dapat mong gawin. You file a complaint with the barangay for amicable settlement. 6. It is considered as the most reliable type of evidence because it cannot lie. Take note of the most reliable type of evidence. Okay? The most reliable type of evidence because it cannot lie. Hindi nagsisinungaling yan. Ano yan? Is it testimonial evidence? B, documentary evidence? C, object evidence? D, expert evidence. So ito yung tinatawag nating object evidence. Physical evidence, autoptic preference, or autoptic evidence. So, and again, object evidence is the most reliable type of evidence. Bakit? Hindi nagsisinungaling yan. It cannot lie. Of course, it needs someone to process. Kasi it can process itself. Hindi naman pwede yan. Okay, yan. Nakalagay dito, Real evidence of disfiguring or apparent injury would be exhibition of the injury itself. A laceration, healed, or fresh wound is the best physical evidence for possible deploration. Okay? Physical evidence is a mute, hindi nakakapagsalita yan. But eloquent manifestation of truth and rates highly in the hierarchy of trustworthy evidence. Napakataas ng value ng physical evidence. Kasi nga hindi nagsisinungaling yung ebidensya. Okay? 7. It is one where the purpose of offender in performing an act is not certain. So here, the purpose of the offender is not certain. Hindi mo alam kung anong purpose. Bakit nagagawa yun? Okay? Anong purpose niya? Okay? So, anong tawag niya? Is it determinate offense? Indeterminate offense, or non-foregoing? So this is what we call indeterminate. Kasi nga hindi certain. Hindi mo alam kung anong plano niya, anong intent niya. Example is, again, I think we have this. Ano yung indeterminate offense? Ganito. It is one where purpose of the offender is to perform an act not certain. Hindi mo alam kung anong, nag-perform siya ng act pero hindi mo alam anong purpose. Bakit kaya siya nag-perform ng isang act? Its nature in relation to its objective is ambiguous. Ambiguous. Now, example, the racing of polo. masasabi pag gumanon ba yung tao, this is attempted homicide na agad? Kasi gumanon yung tao, hindi mo alam kung anong purpose niya eh. Okay, so that's still indeterminate offense. Entering a store. Okay. Pag may pumasok sa bahay nyo, at it is without your consent, sabi mo, uy, magnanakaw ka. Hindi mo alam yung ano niya eh. Yung intent niya eh. You cannot say that that person will be guilty for theft or robbery kasi pumasok sa bahay niyo forcibly. Okay? That is not, indeterminate offense na yan. Hindi natin alam kung ano talaga yung purpose niya. Because, again, it is susceptible of double interpretation. Okay? Susceptible kasi yan of double interpretation. Okay? Next. The prescribed period for filing of case against suspect who was arrested without warrant from crimes or offenses punishable by correctional penalties or equivalent. So, prescribed period, this is the reglementary period. Ano yan? Filing of cases, kailangan nakapile ka ng kaso against sa isang suspect na arrested without, arrested without a warrant. So, ito yung, anong gagawin natin pag tao ay na-arrested without warrant? Inquest. No? At kailangan nakapile ka na ng kaso, no? But the crime here is punishable by correctional penalties, prison correctional. Okay? Ilang oras kailangan tapos na yung pag-file ng kaso? Yun yung tanong eh. Ilang oras within which the case should be filed? The case should be filed. Is it A, 8 hours, B, 12 hours, C, 18 hours, D, 36 hours? Of course, this is 18 hours. Okay? 18 hours. Ito kasi for affective capital, AC yan, AC, affective capital. Ito, light offenses lang yan. Ito, correctional offenses yan, correctional offenses yan. Yung 8 hours, ito yung sa CICL. Ano yung CICL? Child in conflict with the law. Child in conflict with the law. So, ito pala yun, no? Again, capital, ilang oras? 36 hours. Pag afflictive, ganun pa rin, 36 hours. Ano yung afflictive? Perpetua temporal mayor. Pag correctional, ano yung correctional? Correctional, arresto mayor, 18 hours. Okay? Pag light, penalties, arresto minor lang, 12 hours. Okay? 12 hours lang. Which the following is not a meaning of corpus delicti? Alin dyan hindi meaning ng corpus delicti? Okay, corpus delicti. Is it A, body or substance of the crime? B, actual commission of the crime, charge. B, the fact that a crime has actually been committed. Or D, scene of the crime. So, of course, yung scene of the crime, hindi yan corpus delicti. Diba? Hindi yan corpus. Body of the crime, yes, correct. Actual commission of the crime, of course. Okay? And the fact that the crime has been committed. That's all of those, the three of which is considered as corpus delicti. But not scene of the crime, hindi naman. Okay. The accused was charged in a case that happened long time ago. Despite knowledge or discovery of said case, the complainant recently filed the case. What remedy should the accused do in order to move for the dismissal? So gusto niya ipa-dismiss yung kaso kasi matagal na yung kaso, matagal na ito nangyari. Bakit ngayon lang yung pina-file? Bakit kaya? So, anong kayang pwede mong gawin? What remedy should the accused do in order to move for the dismissal of the case filed against him? Is it A, file a motion to quash? File a motion to quash, invoking the extinguishment of criminal liability. So, ito yung ground niya, extinguishment of criminal liability. B, file a motion to quash, motion to dismiss, invoking double jeopardy. Okay? File demurrer to evidence. Okay? Kasi insufficiency of evidence siya. Or D, filed provisional dismissal of the case. Okay. If we need to eliminate the choices here, the best thing to eliminate is yung letter D, file provisional dismissal. Kasi, again, it's only the prosecutor who can file provisional dismissal. Okay? So, pwede motion to quash. Anong invoke mo? Extinguishment. Kasi nga, prescribed na yung crime. Motion to quash. Invoking double jeopardy. Kasi baka may previous conviction ka na. Or demurrer evidence for insufficient. Ang tamang sagot dito is yung letter A. File a motion to quash invoking extinguishment of criminal liability because it happened long time ago. And it might have prescribed. The crime might have prescribed. Prescription of crime yan. Okay? That will be all for this video. Thank you.